Hello YouTube, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about unpopular opinions about the Bible. And today we're going to be talking about, and of that topic, we're going to be talking about, was Simeon and Levi justified for killing an entire city, an entire kingdom of people because the prince raped their sister? So, and this is and for those who don't know, right, what basically happened was the prince of Shechem. Okay, so it's Shechem, the son of Hammer. What kind of name is that? Shechem, the son of Hammer, the prince of the region, raped Dinah and basically fell in love with her and wanted to marry her. But after the sons and Jacob found out about it, they were angry because back then, if you raped a woman, you're disrespecting the men in their family. You're disrespecting not only her father, you're disrespecting her brothers, because a woman doesn't leave her father's house until she's married off. So when you just rape her and you're just not caring, you're directly disrespecting them, and that's a serious offense. So they took it as disrespect. The brothers were angry. Even the father was angry. They were all angry at the fact that that happened to her. They were all angry about it, but at the same time, Jacob wasn't going to do anything crazy. Though he probably wanted to. He probably wanted to, but he wasn't going to do anything. Simeon and Levi, in the middle of the night, or Simeon and Levi decided to come up with a plan. But before any of that happened, right, they found out about it, and the prince came and said that he wanted to marry Dinah. So then the father, Jacob agreed, and then he agreed, but he said, if you're going to marry her, you have to get circumcised, and you're basically going to be converting to what they believe and what Jacob believes instead of whatever they believe. So they're going to basically be converting. You have to get circumcised. So everyone in the city, everyone in the kingdom every man in the city was circumcised, including the guards, including the people guarding the city, all the men. So while they were resting, because you have to rest after you do that. When you're a grown man and you get circumcised, you got to rest after that happens. So while they were getting circumcised, Simeon and Levi went into the camp because Dinah had already gone with them to the kingdom. Simeon and Levi went to the camp, okay? They came up with a plan. They went to the city and killed every man in the city. I don't know if they killed the women, but they killed every man in that city, including the king, including the prince. And they took Dinah. They basically rescued her from there and took her back home. Now, Jacob was mad at the fact that they did this because he was in fear of retaliation. But there was no retaliation because they killed everyone. And so, because they did that, they were basically taken away from being, they were not able to be they got their first brother rights taken away basically because, what What is the first brother? Okay, Reuben. Reuben wasn't able to be the first son. Had his firstborn rights taken away because he slept with one of his father's concubines, which aka one of his brother's mothers, which is disgusting. Why would you do that? No. But he slept with one of his father's concubine, so he had his firstborn rights taken away. Then it would have been Simeon or Levi, but then they both killed the whole city of people, killed a whole kingdom of people. So they had their firstborn rights taken away, and then it went to Judah. But they basically killed everyone in that camp. And my opinion, why this is unpopular, is because I don't think that they should have killed that entire city. I don't think that they should have killed that entire city because back then, if a woman wasn't a virgin, they weren't going to get married. So if she was raped and she didn't marry the person who did that, she wasn't going to get married. She was going to be living in her father's house for the rest of her life. And no man was going to want her because back then it was important for a woman to be a virgin. So they basically ruined, because they killed the king and the prince and everyone, they basically ruined her chances of ever getting married ever again. And then on top of that, who knows if they all could have converted to the faith that they believe that Jacob believed in. They all could have started to believe in God. They all of those people in that kingdom could have started to believe in God, and everything could have shifted, and they could have had a new kind of mindset and wanted to worship God and things like that. Everything could have changed. He could have favored Dinah the way that he favored Esther. But because they killed everyone in that camp, we'll never know what could have been. I mean, God knows. But we'll never know what could have been because they killed Dinah's only chance of getting married. I don't know if she got married later. But it's just unfortunate because all of those people could have been converted. All of those souls could have been converted and could have been saved. Not to mention that, you know, she might end up being single. She might have ended up dying like single for the rest of her life, which is terrible. Do you know what they did to widows back then? There was no covering for widows back then. So if she would have gotten married, and even if she didn't get married, the fact that she wasn't a virgin anymore because she was raped, there's not gonna be any covering over her. I mean, I just think that it was unfortunate. It was unfortunate that they did that because a whole bunch of people could have been converted to believing in God and to turning their ways and things. Whole city, whole kingdom could have been converted. So, I don't know. This is just my opinion. Let me know what you guys think down below. Do you think that they were justified for killing the man who raped their sister? Or do you think that it was a little bit excessive? Because if you think about it, right? I think it was excessive because they didn't just kill the prince. They killed all the men, all the guards, all the men who were just living there. They didn't even have anything to do with anything. They were just living there. They just happened to be collateral damage. Like, and that's another thing. How did two men, okay, only two, how is it that two men could go in there and kill a whole city, a whole town of people, and no one's able to fight back. That's something that you got to think about. Did they kill them in their sleep? Was that one of the, like, because how is it that you were able to do that while people are sleeping in their bed? Did you just break in? You know what? They probably didn't have doors. They probably didn't have doors. They probably just had like a little cover over it. You know, you just cover it. That was it. But, yeah, I just think that's crazy to kill a whole kingdom of people, men. I don't think they killed the women. I don't know if they did. I don't think they did. But either way, and their father was right. I mean, the retaliation could have been really, really bad had they would have had a kingdom that was associated with them, related to them by blood, and wanted to get revenge. I mean, could have easily came after them. But the favor of God was over them, so of course it wasn't going to be anything serious, anything terrible. But what do you guys think about this Bible? I mean, what do you guys think about this part of the Bible? Like, do you think that they were justified for killing the prince and everyone in the kingdom? Or do you think that it was, you know, too excessive, you know, over the top? I mean, you didn't have to kill them. Yeah, they did something terrible. You didn't have to kill them, you know? That's just what I think. But yeah, let me know what you guys think down below. Like, comment, share, subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.